welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. Let's have a heart-to-heart conversation about intentional thanks. You ought to be given intentional thanks. What do I mean by that? I just mean simply making sure that you're going out of your way to show appreciation for the things that people do for you. When you wake up in the morning, your first thanks should go to God. If you believe in God, that's where your first thing should go. If you pray to God and you're asking for blessings and things like that, then the first thing you should do every morning when you wake up is to give thanks. Even when things are not going right, even when you don't feel like you're in a space that you want to be in, the first thing on your mind should be to give thanks. When you wake up with a grateful heart, the rest of your day kind of flows. And when you have hard times, what I found is whenever I'm going through something, I remember that thankful prayer that I gave, or that simple thank you, God, when I woke up. And, usually I do go a little deeper than that, which we all should, but sometimes that's all you have on your heart, because sometimes you're just so angry, so heartbroken, you're going through so many things that all you can just say is thank you. But in the times where I'm able to give thanks and specify it, thank you for my life, thank you for being able to breathe on my own, thank you for blessing me to be able to move my body and to be able to think and to function and have a job to go to and to have a child, and whatever the list of things is, I remember that throughout the day. So it's carried with me, it's on my heart, because I remember me saying it, not just thinking it, but saying it. And you can go a step further and even start journaling, and that helps. But in the human realm, if you are not saying thanks to people who are given to you in any sort of way, or if you're only saying, I'll be thankful when they do something for me, then you're in the wrong mindset. When you give intentional thanks, if you have a partner right now, you ought to, from time to time, I know if you say things too much, it becomes redundant and it makes people just kind of numb to all the good praise that you're giving them. But if you have a moment, if they did anything for you, they got up and they started your car because it's cold outside, or they got you your favorite coffee or whatever, it should not just be oh, thank you. It should be more of a thank you so much with gratitude. And you should seek to do something back. I mean, not necessarily having to give, tit for tat, but just seek to do something for them to show that you're thankful. Even if it's not that same week, just plan something to say thank you. Send them a nice text message throughout the day to say thank you. A friend of mine suggested that you should give thank you cards. You can do that. It's not cheesy. We think that I've been with this person for this amount of time. That's lame. But I remember every relationship that I've been in, when I would go out of my way, just get a just because card, or a thank you card, or a thank you small little gift, something that they like, maybe their favorite snacks or something. They were so appreciative every single time. They didn't say, it's been 5 years and you still doing this. They didn't say that. They were very grateful. So when you give intentional thanks and you show it, you show that gratitude. You're not just a simple, bland thank you, or, oh, that was nice. If you constantly do that, after a while, people start to wonder, do you really like what they're doing for you or not? That makes people be like, on second thought, I'm just going to stop doing this, because they don't seem that happy about it. I've been in that situation too. I've been on both sides where I just it almost became like, oh, my partner's supposed to do this, or my daughter's supposed to do that, or my supervisors are supposed to do this. And it's like, oh, thank you. And after a while, I noticed that it got less and less. You're not supposed to do things for someone to give you praise or admiration or whatever, but it does feel good when you feel like that person actually appreciates it. So whenever my supervisors would give me something, even if they give it to the whole office, I make sure that I send an email just to say, thank you so much. That was so kind of you. I really appreciate it. Especially if it's my favorite snacks or a movie ticket or something. I always say, thank you so much. I really enjoy going to the movies. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for my favorite snacks. I don't have to buy no snacks. I'll make it kind of humorous, but also just saying thank you and acknowledging that I'm so grateful. And on this Thanksgiving should be every day. I know a lot of these holidays should be every day, but with Thanksgiving, I think sometimes that's when we want to pour on all the, oh, I'm so thankful for this, I'm so thankful for that. But where was that throughout the year? Practice it every day. That same gratitude that you have on Thanksgiving, you should be having that every day. So make sure that you're exuding that thanks flows out of you. And when you start doing it, I swear it's so normal. When I started giving thanks to God and to Jesus in the mornings, it was hard because it was nothing I was used to. But now it's like I don't feel right throughout the day if I don't say thanks before my feet hit the floor in the morning. But there are times that I'm running behind, or I got other stuff on my mind, or I got, I'm too busy with other people. Like my family may be at my house, or I may have spent the night at my friend's house, and I'm not thinking about it, or I may sadly feel embarrassed to do it. I mean, we should not feel embarrassed, but I'm just being honest. Moment of truth and transparency. Sometimes I feel embarrassed, and it's like, I don't want nobody to hear me. This is between me and God and me and Jesus, and I don't want everybody to hear me or be like, girl, who are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? But that's why I still have work to do, because we should never be ashamed of the God that we serve. But like I was saying, if I do get out of bed or go about my day without, I do feel a little weird, but in those moments I still stop. Even if I'm driving, or I may be listening to a podcast or to my favorite music or whatever, and I'll turn it off and just give a quick thank you and be specific on what I'm thankful for. When you do it, it becomes second nature to you. So the next time that your husband or your wife gives you something or does something a little bit extra, even if it's something they do every day, you're going to say, you're going to start to feel like I should be saying more, or I should be doing, reciprocating. Because some people, we just take and we don't reciprocate. I know about those kind of people. I was that kind of person at one point in time. So I can tell you, when you get so comfortable with somebody doing for you, you feel comfortable. You start laying back like, oh yeah, let me kick my feet up. They gonna give to me, I'm good. But what about that person? And so sometimes you have to remind yourself and say, you know what? I need to be intentional on saying thank you or showing my thanks. However that person's love language is. A lot of people, words of affirmation does the job. But it's also nice to receive something, whether it's a card or some money for breakfast or a gift card. It could be $5. But just doing that shows your partner that I'm not just expecting you to just do this. I'm not assuming that this is what you have to do in order to have me. I'm actually thankful for what you're doing to keep me. And so I want to reciprocate that with a token of gratitude, or with words of affirmation, or with giving you a break from the kids or something. But like I was saying, Thanksgiving is beautiful. Give your thanks. By all means, show your thanks, show your appreciation that way. But you ought to be taking Thanksgiving throughout the year. And that goes for everybody and everything in your life. Give thanks, because as easy as we have got it or received it, it can be taken away from us. We can go from having 2, 3, 4 friends to having none. We can go from having the best relationship ever to being single and divorced. Like, you just never know. So give thanks, because people need to hear that. It may seem simple, it may seem cheesy, but people really appreciate it. Supervisors, classmates, students, even your children. I always make sure I go out of my way to tell my daughter thank you for things that she does. When she takes out the dog, thank you so much for taking out the dog. And then some mornings, I switch it up. Some mornings I'll tell her thank you, but I also be like, let's go get breakfast. I appreciate you always making sure you're doing your chores. That makes her want to keep doing it, 1. And 2, it also lets her know that she's appreciated. And it's just so simple. It don't cost me nothing. And if I do take her to breakfast, she's a teenager. She don't care. She's like, give me a sandwich. It ain't hurting my pockets to show her some thanks. So you ought to be doing the same thing. That's all I have to say. Y'all let me know what you think. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your family. I hope that you all had a wonderful day. If you're watching this at a later time, a wonderful Thanksgiving, and that you had a moment to just really spew out all the thankfulness that you have deep inside of you. Send me an email. Let me know what you think. Or tell me your testimonies. I'll share it for you or keep it to myself. Or you can also leave me a new topic idea that you would like to talk about. Or you can just comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Something positive, because like I said, we're not here to be negative and to tear each other down. Your comments will be removed and blocked if you are rude and disrespectful, because that's not what this channel is about. We all have our own opinions. We all have our own feelings. I'm not here to tear you down or judge you. You don't do the same to me or any of the people that support me. So we are here to be positive and uplifting. Leave your comments that are positive and uplifting, and we will keep the conversation going and talk next time. Bye.